Hi everyone, I'm Cameron Zelig. I am a junior here at Rider University, and today I will be talking about why texting and driving should be taught in schools. Now, I never really thought about this, and when I was given the prompt to pick one of the questions, I decided to pick this one because I thought it was a great thing to educate not only myself but the others in the class, and maybe people can take this into consideration. But I will provide you with some background that I found personally. I found that each year in the United States, there are 400 deaths because of texting and driving. And that is like an insane number if you think about it. Each year, 400 deaths. Like, I always grew up and I didn't really get taught texting and driving and driver's ed. Like, I just didn't, that wasn't a thing that, like, we were taught. It was just kind of, you know, there. But I think it's very important that we know that there's a lot of people that die because of texting and driving. And it not only causes people to die, but it causes accidents and it can cause anything, really. So I just don't think people should be doing it. And I think that schools need to educate not only me, but everyone in the class. Also, another thing that I found interesting was that I found out that studies show that that approximately only 50% of people realize that there's cars on the road, which is crazy to me. How there's only 50% of us see that there's cars on the road? Like, I mean, I will say that I text and drive, and I guess I don't pay attention as much as I should. But I just feel like 50%, that's like half of the road. That's like half of us. 50% of us aren't watching or paying attention, which is like crazy to me. I mean, I think I pay attention, but are you really paying attention? Now, like, are you one of the 50% of the people? Like, you don't know. Another thing I found was that the percentage of drivers talking while holding the phone up to the ear did drop 3.3% in 2016 to 2.9% after Apple came out with the Do Not Disturb, I guess, thing on your phone on Apple products. And honestly, I use Do Not Disturb a lot now that I'm in college. I just think, like, being off my phone and not be worrying about whatever's going on outside and focusing on school is 100% better. And I love Do Not Disturb, but it honestly shows that in 2016 it went down a significant amount. And then it says in 2017 it also dropped a ton. It didn't give me the numbers, but it also said that it dropped a ton, which is crazy to me because I think that, like, Do Not Disturb is helping people's lives, like, is saving people from dying if they're texting and driving. So my first argument is that teenagers are getting their license. Like, when you turn 17, 18, 16, 17, 18, you're going to get your license. And I think that when you get your license, for example, you grow up and you watch your parents talk on the phone while driving. And for me specifically is that I always watch my parents talk on the phone. I was always, like, my parents are busy people. My mom's a realtor, so she was on the phone 24/7. My dad's a businessman, so he's on the phone 24/7. And I looked up to them, and honestly, I didn't think anything was wrong with it. I didn't think that driving on the phone and talking or texting was a problem. But do I think that we should learn about it? Yes. But teenagers should learn about it also. And I think adults too nowadays should learn about it. Because when you get your license, like, you're a fresh baby. Like, you just got your license. You should learn the consequences and be more educated about what's dangerous and what's not. My second argument on why we should teach texting and driving in school is that it could minimize accidents. If you're more educated and aware of the consequences of texting and driving, I feel like you'll be more aware of your surroundings and you won't text and drive as much, or you won't text and drive at all. And if you're taught that in school, there's no need to text and drive, then it will minimize accidents. And then my third argument is that the school can teach students to put their phones on Do Not Disturb while behind the wheel. Like I said, it's a great idea, and I think that schools and teachers and in PE class, they should all teach us that Do Not Disturb is a thing and that it has saved a lot of lives. And like, it could save your life, honestly. And I know I just repeated myself, but it's true. And I just think that it's crazy, and that they're like, Do Not Disturb, like, what are you missing? Like, I just think that Do Not Disturb is a great thing that Apple products have. And if you don't have an Apple product, then maybe like on your Samsung, I don't really know how they work, but like you can silence your phone. Like, you don't have to put it on the ringer, you don't have to get the notifications. I'm sure there's like a vibration or something like that you don't have to look at your phone, because you don't need to be on your phone 24/7, because it causes things like this, and people do need to be educated about it. But if all these reasons are good, but now on to the reasons why people may not think that teaching texting and driving should be, like, why texting and driving should be taught. Sorry. I think the first thing is really that it's a waste of resources. Like, I feel like on the education side of it, since I'm going to become a teacher, I think that the education side of it, like, you are wasting resources. You are wasting time that you could be learning about something more important than texting and driving. Because not that texting and driving isn't important, but there's more things that are way more important in your life that you're going to want to know in driver's ed. Like, how to drive a car. Like, how are you going to text and drive if you don't know how to drive a car? So I think that although it's useful to teach teenagers who are just getting their license to not text and drive, it's also a waste of resources. Schools may think that they are benefiting students by teaching them not to text and drive, but it could be a waste of resources. The students might not want to listen to what they are being taught and might not find it useful at all. If, like, it's going to go right by their head. Like, if they have other things to worry about, like driving, like getting their license, like hanging, like just regular things every day. And then the second counter argument I have is that it's just common sense that you shouldn't text and drive. It's just common sense. If you're breaking the law, then I guess you're breaking the law. I mean, I break the law, but I mean, you shouldn't. And I definitely will stop doing it because of now what I know. But I think that people should know that texting and driving is breaking the law. It is illegal to do. So why do you have to be taught it if you already know it's illegal? Like, why are teachers going to get paid to teach you not to text and drive when you already know that and it's common sense? But after making my claim, I do think that teaching or texting and driving should be taught in schools. I think there's a lot of advantages to teaching in schools and a lot of disadvantages. And I feel like texting and driving is something that needs to stop because innocent lives are being taken, and the more people learn and educate themselves about it, the better. So thank you very much.